PHPRunner, like a bridge, silent architect, building up the future where the code once wrecked. A painter with no brush, yet it paints with ease. A symphony of data, flowing like the breeze. The canvas is bare, but it calls your name. Come and create, you're not the same. No need to fight, no tangled threads. Just weave the web where logic treads. A click of choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. PHPRunner guides you to the light. From grids to charts, from lists to views, turns the complex into simple cues. No more struggle with code, so rare, invisible now, but everywhere. For the dreamer, the artist, the coder too, PHPRunner whispers, your vision's true. No more wrestling with the syntax maze, just create and let the platform blaze. Or click a choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. PHPRunner guides you to the light. For the novice or expert to see, a world of apps is now set free. A tool of magic, simplicity crowned, where beauty and data are found. Or the novice or expert you'll see, a world of apps is now set free. A tool of magic, simplicity crowned, where beauty and data are found. Click a choice, now take your stand. Dynamic pages at your command. Databases dance and forms take flight. PHPRunner guides you to the light. Yeah, PHPRunner guides you to the light. In a world where your dreams take flight. Yeah. In a world where your dreams take flight.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. Welcome to live stream 13 here on PHPRunner Tips and Tricks. I want to remind you that you can become a member for as little as $1 per month, which will support me and help keep the channel going. I also want to thank those who have already joined the membership, and a very special thanks to Sergi from XLINESOFT.com, who is already a sponsor of the channel. Today we are going to discuss PHPRunner version 11.1 beta. I will do my best to demonstrate the new functionality that's currently in beta version. Also, I'm going to start the presentation and I will review the chat afterwards. If you have questions in between, please leave them in the chat and I will address those once I've finished the entire presentation. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'm going to open one of my old projects because I think it will work in beta version 11.1, and click on the create calendar button, and then let's have the software create a table for us, and I'm going to give it a table name test_calendar and click on create calendar. Okay, here we have a new table, And the only reason why I've done that was so we can learn what fields are actually necessary for this functionality. So when you ever need to create your own data or into some calendar, this is the fields that you would need. So that's the only reason why I have the software create a table for us. We do have some data over here. Data is definitely clear. It looks like we can continue. Okay, so this is a little bit different. We have the calendar there, tick box, and add a view, export, and import, and the calendar tick over there. All right, let's go next. Okay, I assume this is if you use a different table, this is like a mapping screen, the calendar settings screen, where you map your database table fields with the description on the left of those fields so that you can actually match the data correctly. This is what this is, I assume. If I'm incorrect, let me know in the chat. Okay, I'm not going to change anything here on the pages screen, and then this is the miscellaneous pages. I'm not going to bother much here. Oh, I must remember that this project actually used the dynamic permissions. So let's continue and save this now. Oh, what's this now? Okay, so because this was created in version 11.0, it must be saved as something else. So I'm gonna rename this to, just want to see, the point there may be a problem, so I'll create an underscore. I don't know, it's just my what I'm thinking right now. Demo V11.1. It's just saving the project, and now you can see here on the left corner that I have a new project. Okay, so let's go to I want to just quickly change the actual logo as well to demo, so we know what we're working with here. And I can use a point here, no problem. Okay, so click save. And next again, I don't think there's much more I can do or want to do. This is the test calendar page. Let's just see what it looks like on the... okay, let's just continue. Let's have a quick look at the events. The add page, it looks pretty similar. It's very similar to the edit page, the view page, the import page. I would say it's very similar to a normal grid table events. There's nothing strange here that I can see straight off the bat. Anyway, let's go next. And that's the end of the project, so let's save it. And I'm gonna build the project. I'm just trying to think. Okay, let's... Okay, I'm gonna view this in my browser. I'm gonna close the previous... Okay, there we go. I have to sign on quickly. Now for me, the sign on is just normal admin, and there we go. So we have, because I'm an administrator, I'll have to go to admin area quickly and find the test calendar table and enable it for the administrator, and maybe for the normal users as well. You can just click the normal users and then enable the table, because it's a new table to the project. And let's save that. Let's see, go back from here. I probably have to reload. There we go, left the test calendar, okay. And here we are, everything is nicely organized. Let's see, you can drag and drop events from between days. That's nice. Let's add a new. Okay, let's change the date. If I click on a date to Friday, let's see the time. Let's test the time picker. You see, I'm not sure if this is now in 24-hour format or what. Let's just see quickly. Yes, it is. So let's make it 1300, which is 1 o'clock. Okay, and this one I want to see if you can do it manually without using the picker. So let's close the picker and click on type it out. All right, between 1 and 2. Let's save this. Oh look, before that, let's just give it a name. Event name is Corey Test Events or event. Okay, save. And Corey Test Event is showing up immediately. If you click on it, it shows you everything. There's a description fields and a category I didn't even select. But this looks very good. Do you know how easy it is now to actually add a calendar to any of your projects? It's literally a couple of minutes. Now, next up is the Gantt chart. Again, I click on the button and I'm going to ask the application to create a table for me. Again, I'm just going to call it test_tasks and click on create Gantt chart, and here we go. A new table was added. Okay, next. Again, on the SQL query, I just look at the fields that was created for this table. So one day when I want to add my own data, I know how to format that data. We're learning how this works. Okay, let's look at the results. And the results, okay, what is this? Okay, I'm not sure if this 10 and 50 is percentages. It probably is. We will see when we get there. Let's go back to the query. Okay, next. Okay, this is very similar than a calendar, and from what I can tell, the only difference is that the Gantt chart tick box is now ticked instead of the calendar. So it's very, very similar to the calendar process, just the table is different. And there's no settings page here. I'm gonna go through this. Again, I must remember the dynamic users or dynamic system that I have here. So let me just, yeah, okay. I must remember to enable this table again in the admin area, but that's quick to do. And with regards to the events, everything looks normal. Oh, let's just close that. Add page, you know, and then the edit page, yeah, and the view page. I think the events, there's nothing strange here. I for some reason expected some sort of other events, but it looks the same to me. And again, we reached the end of the project, so let's just save it and build it. View, let's just bring my current application. Let's go to the admin area quickly. I need to enable that table, the test task. Let's, for the administrator only, I think it's enough. and let's just save this and go exit the area. Let's reload this page, and there we go. We have a test task menu item. Alright, so let's see what it looks like, and voila. Here we have, I think the red on top is the entire project, and then there's sub tasks underneath it and the dependent task at the bottom. This is what I can make of this, and this project ends at July 14 in this case. Very clever how the data was actually added for us when I actually said create the table. So that is nice. Now for those of you who have tried to code this chart, look at this. You can just click on this and then you can select the category and all of that. I'm not going to mess with the data now here, but it's very nice. Here is probably a subcategory, and that is another category, or a subtask is probably a better word to use. Anyway, this is very nice. I like this a lot, and if you have to code this by yourself, you'll be busy for days. And here I've done it in a couple of minutes, like you see here. Okay, next up is source control system support, SVN or Git. And I'm going to use Git because I understand it a little bit more myself, as I have a little bit of experience with Git. So let's start. Okay, I'm going to open up a new tab here on my browser, and I will go to github.com. Now Git and GitHub is not the same thing. I will explain that later. I'm going to sign on here as my own profile, as I already have a profile. So I don't care, I'll just block out the important information here, and I'm going to sign in. Now you will see that you don't see much really. What we need to do is we need to add a new, let me just quickly, yeah, it's a new we click here on the plus, and then we're going to create a new repository. Okay, now for that you will see my name, Corey de Wette. That's how I registered here on the Git system or GitHub system. And on this here, please type a name that makes sense. If you're gonna say project 1, project 2, 10, 11, 12, you're gonna get confused. This is PHPR V11.1 beta. You know, give it some descriptive name. That's just another tip. You know, just it's up to you what you call the thing, but just make sure that you know, give it some name that makes sense. The description is optional, but I actually am gonna copy and paste that same name in there. It's not public. It's gonna make it private, and I'm going to add a README file. Later on, you may want to add something to this README file, and trust me, from my personal experience, this helps a lot if you can add some information to that README file. Okay, and then let's normally I would use the MIT license the MIT license, but today I'm just, for this demonstration, I'll just leave it none. I'm going to remove it afterwards anyway. So I just create the repository. This is basically step 1. We create a repository, and you will see PHPR V11.1 beta there on the screen, and okay, the README file is now still empty and all of that. So now the next step would be to go and create a special folder. Now I have a special place on my D drive. It's actually because it's a much bigger disk and I have a lot more space over there. I create a new folder there under D outputs, and then Git. I will then create a new folder that's also descriptive. So PHPR V11.1 beta. I like to keep everything in small caps. That's also up to you, just me. Don't worry about that. And there is nothing in this folder. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Something that now important is the command line. Now first of all, I need to go to the D drive, and if you know how to do this, it's just D:\enter, and then you will switch to a different drive letter. And then I've done this so many times, so I think I must do this now here. Git initialize. Oh, hold on, I initialized the wrong I need to change the directory exactly to where this output is going to be. So I'm going to say cd for change directory space, and in my case it will be different for you. It's going to be outputs, and then for, oh, hold on, this is now Windows. I must do a backslash, excuse me, backslash git, and then just press enter. There we go. And I think we must cd into that folder I just created. So let's do another cd here, from here, PHP V11.1 beta. There we go. Now I'm in the right directory where I going to store this. So let's just, you will see when this is successful, I'm going to say git init. You will see that it ends with a .git at the end, and so it's now an empty Git repository was created on my local PC. It's a little bit confusing actually, but just pause if you, or ask in the chat. I will look at the chat just now. Now we're gonna go git remote add, and I'm gonna the origin is going to be the URL from my personal github.com, including the HTTPS and everything to that project. That is what we're going to do here, and press enter. And unfortunately there's no message or anything, but something did happen. And then we're going to go git branch. You have to branch this to minus capital M. Oh, sorry, this is a minus capital M, and that is for the main. Just say main. Okay, I call it main. You can call it what you want, but we're going to call it main here, and then that's basically it. So on in the project, we're going to go to project and version control settings. Now export directory, we're going to browse, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to browse to my D drive outputs, where I saved that git output. So it's already there. I don't want to, so let's just go one back here, outputs, and then git. There's a git folder somewhere here. There we go, git, and then that one, select folder, and you will see that it automatically chooses git for me, because it can tell that this is for git and not svn. Main is already in place. Commit after each project saving, and update on each project opening is up to you. I'm gonna not tick this now. I don't think it's necessary, but you can have it ticked, you know, and every time when you save the project, you will have, you commit your work as well. But I'm not gonna do that for now. I'm just gonna leave the rest as is. There's the git commit command. We can edit the command if we want to, and there's the update command. Very interesting. Click OK, and oh, now I have a new button at the bottom of the screen. brand new button. It says you can save the project and then save and commit. So it was probably not necessary to save because it says save and commit, and it's preparing, and it gives me now this authorization repository. This will also send out an email to myself saying authorization was given. But anyway, after the authorization, you see a list of files that we're going to go commit, and something is wrong. I have a commit error. Give me a moment, please. Oh, hold on. Yeah, on the config file. The config file on Git, you I have a hold on. I'll fix this in a moment. Yeah, it's that auto setup remote. Okay, let's just see here. You can now git config global push auto setup. Okay, well, sorry people, that dollar sign was need to come out. Let me just remove that quickly. This is not in the actual documentation. This is now just for me. If you run into this type of error, just do this, what I'm doing now. Config global. Okay, there we go. Let's save and commit. Let's see how it goes this time. Okay, let's try and commit it. And we are successfully we have successfully committed my project. And everything it gives you a small little summary here of what was actually committed. So if I close this now and minimize the project, and I minimize the command line, let's just refresh this page and see, there we go. All my files is now in my private folder. Now the idea from here is that I can now go to my laptop and get this entire project as it was last committed onto my laptop and continue working on my laptop. I am unable to show you exactly how to work that because there's no way for me to share my laptop screen right now, but it is as simple as that. It's very, very nice. There is a limitation of I don't know how many 100 megabytes or gigabytes on Git. If you want to use Git, I can help if you have questions. But this is more or less what I have for you. Very nice, very nice. Okay, lastly, we will look at the Lookup wizard enhancements. And I'm looking at the order details table right now, and product ID is not linked. So let me quickly go back to my tables. Let me see. So order details, I'm just going to bring the table out so I can work with it better. And I want to, do you see the product ID? Only shows the ID, so there should be a table here called products. Here it is. If I bring this table into the project, okay, it's now going to link the table. It's not really what I wanted. I just wanted to see how it links. So I'm going to double click on this line, and it shows me ID and product ID. Okay, so now I know exactly how this relationship works. It's ID and product ID. Okay. Look at the fields in this table. There's quite a lot. I don't know which one it is. I think it's either description. I think it may be description, the product description. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to remove the table now, and I'm going to go back to my designer page. There we go. Designer and product ID. Lookup wizard. Okay, now I'm gonna, let's see if the search work here. I'm gonna search for okay, here we go, products table. It's ID field, and the field we're working with is product ID, so I select the ID, and then the display field is description, I think. That's it. I don't see anything else. Okay, that I just want to first see if the product's actually shown now instead of the ID. Let's just I want to see there is an edit on the edit page. We actually can edit all the details, because that's important. We need to have an edit page. Okay, so that's good. We have an edit page, so let's just go to the, okay, we switch advanced mode, switch to advanced grid. You'll see the little edit icon over here. Okay, that means that we can edit the product ID or that row or that record. That will allow us. Okay, so let's build the project. Say first, build the project. I'll hope this is gonna work. Okay, let's reload the page. Okay, I probably used the wrong field. Let's just have a look at this again. Edit. Let's just go product name. It's probably what it is. Okay. All right, let's see. Save and build the project. Bring out that thing. Let's reload the page. There we go. All IDs is now linked to an actual proper description, or not a description. It's you know, the name of the project anyway. So this is beautiful. Now this is what I want to show you what's new. Here on the right hand side, we are used to allow add new values on the fly. We have seen this, all of these, the top three is, but what's new is allow editing of values. I didn't know it's going to ask me for a page, and there I don't have a page yet. So what I will have to do is probably to add a page. So let's click OK over here. I'm gonna go back to the tables field. I'm gonna bring in that table now, because just so I can have an edit page. So I'm gonna bring it in. Here's the products table, but I'm gonna break the link between the two tables. All the details, and let's just break the link. So I'm not going to edit, I'm going to remove the link. I don't want them to be linked. Okay, I want this product table to be a standalone and to be treated as such. Okay, so I only need an edit page for here. Nothing on the settings, I think. No, nothing here. Let's just go next. Okay, here I will have to do a few changes. Okay, let's see, remove that. I'll remove keep the ID on the list page, and maybe I don't need anything else here. I'm pretty convinced. So it's probably better to make a view of this table in case this table needs to do something else later. But for now, you know, for the search, I'm not going to bother too much about it, because, and then for the edit, it's important. I'm going to remove that. We'll leave we'll remove the ID as well, and then the product code, and we will just leave the product name. Okay, everything else will come out. Okay, now let's I think this is what I want. Let's continue, and yeah, now I will have to add the table again. Let me just go and edit and see. I have an edit page now with just the product name. So when I go to the order details table, the product ID on the edit page, where it asks me for a page, I now should have an edit page, and I do have an edit page. Okay, so click OK. Next, let's quickly see. Let me just think about this. Yeah, it looks fine. Save, build the project, and okay, let's get the page up. So where is it now? Okay, let's try and edit one of these records. Oh, I must first go and add the products now to the administrator, but it's only going to be the edit page because we don't have an ad. Okay, so for the same for the normal users, perhaps, whatever, it just makes sense. Okay, save this, and we will leave the exit the admin area, and order details. Let's try and edit one of these records now. There we go. Look at the modify that's underneath. So if there's a spelling mistake or something wrong with this product ID, you can now fix it on the fly. This is absolutely amazing. So I can change the product name here completely and save it. And if I go back to list, you see, oh, if I drop down, yeah, and modify again, let's just make it ABC traders. Okay, save that. It's easy, as simple as that, without leaving the page. There we go, ABC traders. Fantastic. That is more or less what this was all about. I will now attend to the questions that there may be in the but before I before I stop here, let's just quickly look at, for you, some of you may have noticed that we have two tasks here in the menu item. Remember, this is a beta version. We are still working on exactly all the functionality. So if you run into this, how can we quickly fix this? Let's just quickly go to the designer page. We will go to global pages. There we go, the global pages, and you will see we have two tests and two products. So I will delete one of the tests, remove, and I will remove one of the products, anyone actually, like this. And that's not all. You have to now go to the style editor, and on the menu editor over here you click on a button, and you can see that we have two products and two tests. So I will, oh, now hopefully it's only gonna delete one. Let's just try. Yeah, it only deleted one. Okay, and the products, we will delete products. Okay, just it's the beta version, so don't I mean that's a small thing that I'm sure can be fixed, or it will be fixed. And then close, and if I actually open up the web page again, you will, and I refresh the page, you will notice that my menu items are actually correct, and they are. Here we go. Okay, let's score it. That's all I wanted to share. I'm now gonna read whatever is in the comments and try and attend to those. Oh, I love it so much. This is beautiful. Okay. Okay, just before I go over to the chats, I just want to share another screen. Quickly, this one, and this there's a link in the description already to this page. You can download PHPRunner version 11.1 and play with it. So please feel free to download this. Everything I told you about, from the calendar view, the chart view, SVN or Git. I didn't do SVN, I just explained Git, and there was a small difference in what the Git section you know, I did some global setting over here extra on my thing. It's not necessary that everybody will get that situation, will be having that situation, but I had it, so I had to do that. And everything else is exactly what I shared with you. So thank you very much for participating. This is actually a playback. It was a playback from the previous attempt that the audio was extremely horrible. I had some feedback loop of some sort which I had to fix. I will only know now after this if this was better audio. And there was questions about thank you, very nice, thank you for that comment. That's very nice from you. And people ask about the reports. Apparently there's an issue with the group by functionality in version 11. I don't know. If that is the case, I will test it, and if it is true, I will absolutely report this through. And another question was, how can we create our own bootstrap templates or use a different bootstrap template in the project? Now, that is not an easy thing to do. At least I never tried this. I tried once and I gave up fast, and I decided that the current bootstrap templates that we have in the software is good enough, and it's been working for me for quite a while. But I'm sure these things will come slowly as time progresses and as PHPRunner gets better and better. I've joined PHPRunner on, I don't even know, version 8 or version 6 or somewhere there, and I've seen them grow, you know, from a good product, and it gets better and better and better and better. Look at what we just have now on version 11.1 beta. It's amazing. And Sergio has already mentioned version 11.2. So who knows what's going to come out of that. So I'm very excited. Hopefully you all are, same as me, also very excited. And we can do things even faster now. So thank you very much for everyone who participated in this chat. And I'm gonna cut it off now here. I'm gonna say goodbye. May you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Another question, do we have an idea when version 11.1 will be out of beta? Yes. According to the newsletter that was sent out by Sergi, it will be out by the end of July. By the end of July, version 11.1 will be out of beta. Now, approximately. Okay? And that is what I remember. Hopefully I'm not misleading you now. So yes. Anyone else? But anyway, thank you very much. No problem. That was just a pleasure, Mr. R. Sandford. If I mispronounce that, number 100. It's a crazy name. It's a beautiful name because you are here. Thank you. Anyway, goodbye everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.